Hey guys, Mike Bills here with Measurable Solutions. Just coming to you. It is Friday the 17th. It's probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of check in, give you guys some things to think about. There's a lot of word in the news right now that all of the PPP loan funds have dried up. And so, a lot of us may not have qualified for that, or I don't want to say qualified, but a lot of us may not have actually gotten that loan or have any idea yet if we're going to get the loan or not. So I wanted to get you guys thinking about how you can still make sure that you're running a profitable business, a profitable private practice, making sure that you're looking out for yourself, that you're looking out for your employees, that that you're thinking and considering all of the things that you need to be to make sure that if you have to wait for this second round of money that may or may not come out and could take another couple of weeks, etc., that in the meantime you don't miss out on paying your rent or paying employees for work that they've done, and just make sure that basically you're just running a profitable practice. So I really wanted to kind of just go over a couple of things with you and just make sure that you guys had some ideas to think about and ponder and kind of contemplate over the course of the weekend. And so I really wanted to just talk to you real quick about how to make sure that you're running a profitable and a productive clinic or a productive practice. And so really one of the things I want to make sure that you're thinking about is, what does a productive practice really mean? It means not so much people coming into work every day, but it means people coming into work and actually getting something done that's going to produce income that's coming in a little bit of time, and whether it be something that's going to come in right away or something that's going to come in over the course of the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks, right? So we've got a lot of talk, I think it seems to be dying down a little bit. We seem to have figured things out from a telehealth perspective. But if you're doing telehealth right now, perfectly fine. Again, I want you to ask yourself, there's really a question that has one of two answers that I want you to ask yourself. What's the reason why I'm doing telehealth? Because again, if my purpose is to make sure that I'm running a profitable and a productive business and practice right now, then I have to know the answer to why I'm doing telehealth. If I'm doing telehealth to stay in contact with my patients as a marketing and a promotional action, because that would definitely be an action that would help me. I can be profitable and productive by marketing and promoting. And so if I'm doing telehealth purely for the reason to market and promote to my patients and potential patients for a couple of weeks down the road when all of this craziness is over, then perfectly fine. Get on the phone, get on the internet with them, start doing visits with them. Don't really worry about, how much, any reimbursement, etc. But if you're doing telehealth for any financial reason to substitute money that you've lost, to have money coming in to help to pay some bills, etc., then make sure that you've thought through the whole process of, is the insurance going to pay me for it? How am I going to collect the patient's money, etc.? Those are things you've got to make sure that whether you jumped into it initially and you didn't really have the answers to those questions, or you're in it now and you still don't have the answers to those questions, does the insurance cover it? What do they cover? How much do they reimburse, etc.? And knowing exactly how much they reimburse, because that's really going to help you to know what is the staffing level that I need to have in place for telehealth, for being open, etc. Because if I don't understand what my staffing levels are, whether I'm open and a physically location open, or I'm running telehealth, if I don't know what my staffing levels need to be, because I don't know what my reimbursement is going to be, I could end up running a practice right now, staying open. Whether I get the loan or not is beside the point, the PPP loan. I can be running a practice and I'm actually losing money because I'm paying somebody to do that telehealth visit. Let's just say for a 30-minute telehealth visit, I'm paying them $30, but I'm only getting in $28, or I'm only getting in $32. What are all of the expenses that need to go into that, right? So one of the things I want to make sure that you do, if you haven't done already, is I want to make sure that you are looking at what are your weekly expenses. That is how you're going to know whether or not you're running a profitable and a productive business. And so again, if your purpose in telehealth is to, or even staying open for that matter, is to help your patients, great. If it's also to be having income coming in, especially if you don't know if you're going to get any money out of the PPP loan, since it sounds like things have closed down, they've used up all the money. How long is it going to be till we get new money allocated to it, if at all? if your purpose of being open is to make sure that you're running a profitable business, which we all should be because we don't want to be giving away money, especially at this point in time, then I want to make sure that you know what your expenses are on a weekly basis. How do I do that? Well, I basically take all of my monthly expenses and I divide them by 4.3, because if you take 52 weeks out of the year divided by 12, it's 4.3 weeks per month on average over the course of the year. So make sure that if you haven't done that already, take a little bit of time this weekend and figure out what are your expenses, okay? The second thing I want to make sure that you're doing is, if you don't know what your income is, based on a per visit basis. And that would be a per visit basis if you're in the clinic, and that would be a per visit basis if you're doing telehealth. Know exactly what you're going to get on a per visit basis. And when you do, then you can actually start to figure out, what are your staffing levels? How many people do I need in order to treat the 12 patients that are on the schedule today, based on the fact that I'm going to get $80 of income from each visit? How many people do I need? And then you can make sure that you're making sure that your income and expenses are really where they need to be, right? And then we can start to think about, okay, there's other things that are options for me. There are other loans that are out there, right? So again, if you didn't get out of this first round, if you didn't get anything out of that PPP loan, you haven't heard anything from the bank yet, it sounds like that money is gone. We need to start to think about what are some other options. There are other loan options out there. There's the economic injury disaster loan. That's a small business loan. There's some advanced credit off of that if you need some money right now. You can start to think about home equity lines of credit before the market starts to close up on that. There's a lot of different options, right? So take that time and start to think about that. But again, I think the most important thing to really think about is you've got to know what your expenses are in order to be able to run that profitable business. Now, in the meantime, don't forget to be following up on claims. You would be amazed how easy it is right now to get in touch with an insurance company, have a conversation with somebody that really wants to feel like they're helping, and get a claim that maybe is past the timely filing deadline, get that claim reprocessed. And all of a sudden there's some money that you can have coming in that you didn't necessarily think was going to come in. So again, get some good actions, if you don't already, some good actions in on getting claim follow-up going. That'll help you with trying to figure out, how do I make sure that my staffing levels for my billing staff and my front office staff, how do I make sure that I'm kind of trying to keep them busy, etc. It'll give them something to do. But again, you want to make sure that they're being productive when they do that. So it's not the calls to the insurance company, it's the calls to the insurance company that result in money coming in, right? So some things to think about. Now, the last thing here is really start to think about, what do I need to be doing from a marketing and a promotion standpoint right now? There are a ton of things that you can be doing from a marketing and a promotion standpoint that will help you right now to be profitable and productive. Whether you're doing telehealth or in-office, marketing and promotion is a place that I want you to start to think about. How can I start to put some attention there right now? Because when you start to put attention there, it's what we call outflow. And when you outflow things, all of a sudden people start calling you and they start looking to you for help, whether it's through telehealth, and then it gives you the opportunity to at least get a small bit of income coming in there, or they reach out to you and you recognize that they have a problem. You help them to see what you're doing in your clinic that has kept you open, that makes it a safe place for them to come, etc. And all of a sudden they'll come into the office and now you've got that income. So again, marketing and promotion, marketing and promotion, marketing and promotion, and make sure that you have not dropped that off of your lines right now, that you're marketing and promoting, because whether somebody's going to come and see you right now in the midst of everything that's going on, or in a couple of weeks, because I feel like May 1st is going to roll around and people are going to be like, you know what, I've had enough of being at home and it's time for me to get out and start taking care of myself again. So now's the time to start marketing and promoting to them, so that whether or not you get that payroll protection loan, the second round of it, et cetera, if that comes out, that you've got people that are starting to think about you and they will start to reach out for you very soon in the near future. So again, just a number of things to think about, because my goal for you and our goal for you at Measurable Solutions is that you run a profitable and productive practice. and that there are a lot of different things that you can think about in addition to just loans. So I want to make sure that you're putting some thought into those things. Now, there's a link in the line, the tagline above or below, wherever it is on your screen here. Measurable Solutions, we're doing some webinars on how to survive COVID-19 throughout all of this stuff. So the one coming up this coming Tuesday, if you can join us, it's at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll be talking about running your practice during COVID-19. We're going to talk about all these things I've just mentioned, as well as a bunch of other things. It's always whatever the most up-to-date information is in terms of loans and applications and processes and whatever it might be, as well as all of the things that I just talked about. So be healthy, be safe, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday for the webinar, and then check me out every weekday morning around this time. I come on live and just kind of give you guys some things to think about. So take care. I hope you're doing well. You can private message me if there's any questions or anything. I'm always happy to chat with you that way. You can reach out to me as well via email, mike@fortisbusinesssolutions.com. Spell out Fortis, spell out business, spell out solutions. It's mike@fortisbusinesssolutions.com. And again, just don't forget about how to make sure that you're running a profitable practice. Think about what your weekly expenses are. Divide your monthly expenses by 4.3. It'll really help you to figure out what your staffing levels are. It'll really help you to make sure that you're thinking about telehealth and in-office things. It'll help you to really understand the purpose of marketing and promotions. And then you can take some of the emphasis off of, oh my gosh, I need a loan. I didn't get that loan. So again, be healthy, be safe. I'll see you guys. Private message me or email me, and I hope to see you on the webinar on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to talk about running your practice during COVID-19. Take care.